why do shops charge for diag time when all you want them to do is just tell you what's wrong with your vehicle? Thankfully, this 2019 Ram stopped in to help me explain this to you. It's got an aftermarket intake on it. Here's what happens. It runs and drives great, no errors at all, but only for 33 miles. After 33 miles, the whole cluster lights up, service shifter, service ABS, see dealer, find a safe place to park. When it does this, if you do put it into park, it's staying in park. It will not allow you to shift back out of park. Ask me how I know. It won't even let you shut the truck off. You push the start stop button, nothing. And after about 10 minutes or so, it shuts itself off, you start it up, and everything resets. You got 33 more miles. Funny too, because Top Don just got put back on the auto auth list. Let's see what she says. Jesus, how many codes do you think it had? 10, 15, 20? Whatever number you guessed, I'd be willing to bet that you were wrong. That's a lot of codes. Problem is that they're all stored. And that just means that there was an issue, but it's not there anymore. But it's actually just a bunch of lost communication codes. All these modules that are losing communication have something in common. They're all on the same CAN-C communication network. Let's say your vehicle has 20 or 30 different modules, right? Like your engine module, your transmission module, your drivetrain module, your suspension module, your radio is a module, everything's a module. All these different modules in your vehicle need to communicate with each other. ABS is telling the PCM and the TCM how fast each wheel is spinning. PCM is telling the instrument cluster what RPM it's at. TCM is telling the PCM that it's about to shift. Most vehicles now have numerous networks because there's so many different modules. Picture yourself in like a Zoom meeting with 50 different people. It's really hard to communicate because there's so many people in there talking over each other. So then you just split your Zoom meeting up into like 2 or 3 different Zoom meetings so that it's a lot easier to hear what everyone else is saying. So they'll take a group of modules and make sure that they're all connected together. Take another group of modules and connect them all together. So the way that Chrysler does this is they use this. It's called a star connector. So every module just has a connector that plugs into this and that links them all together. So all these modules that are losing communication are on the same network. When you have an entire network like this crashing out, you could have a bad module that's either shorting or sending incorrect signals down the line. You could have a wire rub through touching the ground somewhere. It could be touching power. Anything that is messed up with this will drop that whole network. Star connectors are cool because if you have a network down, you can just individually start unplugging the modules until the network is restored, whether it's that module or the wiring going to it. And what's not cool about this truck is you have to drive it for 33 miles before it does it, and then you get 10 minutes to hurry up and rush and try and figure out what's wrong with it before it all resets, and you got to drive 33 more miles to get another 10 minutes of diag. More common than modules going out is the wiring. So I've been through this entire truck top to bottom, hoping to duplicate the problem without having to drive 33 miles. This thing will idle indefinitely and have 0 issues at all. You have to drive 33 miles. What is happening at 33 miles? What I've been doing, driving for 33 miles, and when it happens, I got the scan tool hooked up, ready to go. I got the meter in hand. I got 10 minutes of diag. On here, I got this star connector pulled out, easily accessible. The connector there, and this one are the same. This is just like an extension. Basically, if I unplug this, I just disconnected these modules from the rest of them. This wire just connects the two together. So after a handful of them cycles, I finally was over here on the passenger side and I disconnected this from the rest of the network. It was restored, which means it's gotta be one of these modules or this wiring going to them. Words can't explain my excitement when I figured that out. So here I am and I plug it back in and bing, lost communication. Came back down here and I started popping each one of these out individually, waiting for the communication to be restored. Only way I could restore communication is if I unplugged this wire here that connects the 2 star connectors together. None of these made a difference. So I thought, oh, it's gotta be in that wiring that connects the 2 star connectors together. It wasn't. That meant was that the star connector itself was what was dropping the communication. I've heard of these going bad before, but not dropping a whole network. The only thing in here is terminating resistors, and I already tested the resistance on it while it was in the truck. Let's see. We got 61, 62, and this should be your 120 terminating. This should be 10. Well, the resistors are all good. According to the information I could find, that capacitor's fine. So it tests good. The star connector's gotta be bad. I drive myself nuts, and I've tested it probably 100 times, and I eventually found something. Watch this. The tester on it, we got a number. See it changing? What I found out, the longer you hold the tester on here, that number gradually keeps increasing. Now it's up to 3.6. If I take my screwdriver and I short this together and I retest it, it always starts over after shorting it out And the longer you hold this on here, the higher that number gets. Found another junk board laying around, so I could find another capacitor similar to that one to compare results with. 3.9. No matter what I do, that will stay at 3.9. That number will not change on any of the other capacitors on this board that I've tested. Over here to the microscope, see those lines through there? And if I tilt it, black, burnt marks, son of a bitch. Tests good unless you keep testing it. That little capacitor inside the star connector that is there to help eliminate noise across the system, over time would gradually work its way out of spec. The only thing that didn't make sense was the 33 miles. Whether you're idling or driving, stuff is still communicating over the network. Should be based on like a time frame, not a mileage frame. So my theory is this: at idle, the modules are not, they're communicating, but it's not as chaotic as it is when you're driving. You're gonna have a lot of other messages and a lot more messages being sent over the communication network driving down the highway versus sitting there in park. So the network must have to be really, really busy to make that capacitor go out of spec. And when it does, it's at about 33 miles. And then after it discharges or cools down, whatever it's doing is when the communication is restored. I don't know if that's what's actually happening. Either way, this has sucked. And the new star connector fixed it. It hasn't done it since.